Welcome to the Warrior Cast this evening. My name is Luke Lichty. We're coming to you live here from Wayland, Iowa on another warm, early evening here in June. We are bringing you varsity softball this evening. The Warriors will take on the Wildcats of Columbus. Do a quick preview here. Columbus comes in with an overall record of 4-17, 3-7 in the Southeast Iowa Super Conference North Division. Some of their team leaders here: hits, freshman Ellie Sanders, 31 RBIs. Junior Lily Coyle, she has 19. Coyle's also their earned run average leader. The junior pitcher is posted a 3.97 so far. Their strikeout leader is Kennedy Wapking with 47. They are coached by Dustin Traylor. We will have starting lineups and batting order for you a little bit later. The Warriors come in still looking for their first win. They have played 10 games. They have come out on the short end on all of those. They are 0-7, it says here in the Super Conference. I believe all we've played is Super Conference games. So I believe that should be 0-10 for that as well. Again, struggles on both sides, both offense and defense, but our hits leader so far is freshman Natalie Wagler with 5. She has 2 RBIs to lead that. Rhiannon Horn has a really low ERA of .68. Unfortunately, a lot of that is due to runs being scored on errors in the defense. We'll talk more about that here later this evening. The strikeouts leader is Drew Graber. She has 12. The coaches are Dominique Toll and Michelle Wade. The Warrior Cast would not be possible without the sponsors, which we are so grateful for. As you can see, the ticker across the top will list all of them. We also have commercials that we will play throughout the broadcast, and we will go to that right now, and we will be back for
Anyone serious about lawn care knows it starts with 2 things: the expertise and the equipment to do the job right. Egley Landscapes is the only local company that provides expert lawn care and landscaping. Let the experts with the equipment from Egley's pay a visit to your lawn. Our horticulturists have the knowledge to guide you through a lawn care plan, and they won't sell you services you don't need. Egley Landscapes has the knowledge and expertise you can trust to revitalize the landscape of your home or commercial property. Egley Landscapes. Check us out online at egleylandscapes.com.
The culture at West Liberty Foods, it really is doing the right thing, even when people aren't watching you.
Our principles are set based on a farmer mentality, and that's hardworking, that's community-based, and being good stewards of the land. It's being loyal to your team, it's taking care of your team.
I think as an organization, that's another thing that makes West Liberty Foods really successful, is that commitment to others.
Find your next career at West Liberty Foods. Visit careers.wlfoods.com.
4M Plumbing and Heating are your local experts, and we're more than just plumbers. As a family-owned and established business, we know what it means to give good service. Our plumbers are highly skilled and ready to tackle anything you need. We've been serving communities around Iowa for 5 years now, and there's no sign of us slowing down. We love what we do, and we're happy to help. Give us a call at 319-591-1551.
What if the answer to powering a purer world, our world, was shining down on us this whole time? All we have to do is unleash its infinite power. Our goal here at EPO Energy is to unleash the infinite power of the sun. At EPO Energy, we make solar energy the better solution. EPO Energy, unleash the power.
WYAA. This is more than just a game. It's a journey of growth, friendship, and triumph. Join us as we celebrate the spirit of youth sports, where every sprint, kick, and cheer is a step towards greatness. Together, we're not just playing a game, we're shaping futures. Unleash your potential, ignite the fire within, because in this arena, legends are born. This is more than a team. It's a family.
And welcome back here to Dick Wagner Field in Wayland, Iowa. Thank you again to our sponsors. You saw a few of those commercials there in the opening, and we'll get a few more of them played throughout the game tonight. The Warriors will start in the field, and here's how they will line up tonight on the mound. Pitching freshman Drew Graber, catching Maddie Farmer, fellow freshman. Lizzie Giro, sophomore, will play first. Freshman May Lichty at second. Freshman Natalie Wegler at short. And the senior on the team, Rhiannon Horn at third. Left field tonight, a little bit different lineup out there. We have junior Alyssa Graber. Center be freshman Carly Lunsford. And over in right, welcome back Madison Miller. She's been out for a few games with some injuries. She is back out there tonight. So the keys for the Warriors, again, is making improvements. They dropped a doubleheader last week on Friday to Highland. They had a few good innings, but then they just had an inning or two where things kind of just fell apart. And that's what they're trying to get over and avoid. String together a few good innings and have some more success. So limit the errors in the field tonight. See if Drew can throw pitches and get these Wildcat batters to swing. There you see the starting or the batting order here for the Wildcats. They'll be led off by Ellie Sanders, the freshman who will be pitching tonight. And the first pitch is in there, and it's bunted foul. So Ellie stands in on the left side of the batter's box here. She will look to either traditionally bunt or maybe slat bunt, and there is strike two. The 0-2 pitch is going to trail outside. Again, Ellie Sanders comes in with a batting average of .492. She is their leader in hits with 31. Again, that's across 21 games. She scored 22 runs, 8 RBIs, 22 stolen bases. So she's quick on the base paths as well. As that one misses high and outside to even the count at 2-2. Again, a warm evening here in Wayland. Temperatures hovering right around 90 degrees as the first runner will reach on a walk. We have a nice breeze blowing through the press box this evening. Second batter is Lisbeth Herrera. She is a sophomore. She'll be playing first base. That pitch goes inside, and the runner is down and in. Safe at second. Throw just a little late. Our shortstop and second baseman just a little late getting over there to cover. But the ball didn't get away too far, so the runner holds at second. And 2 balls right away here to Herrera. That one looked close. As Sanders steals third now. Second, there's no one covering second. So she will just take second right away. Again, the Warriors need to watch that. Be ready for that. Junior Lily Coyle steps in from the left. And watches that first one come in high. She's the RBI leader, batting average leader. Has some power in that swing. 19 RBIs. She fouls that one back. 650 on her batting average. She was injured during the very end of the basketball season. Columbus had a really nice ladies basketball team last year. She was injured towards the end, and so it just made it back from that knee injury. She's going home, and the second one will come home. So some poor defense there from the Warriors. Unfortunately, the catcher ran back to get the ball, but her throw to the plate, Farmer's throw to the plate was quite wide and allowed that second runner to come in. So Columbus very quickly, 2 walks, both runs come in on steals. And the count is at 3-1 here to Coyle. 2-1 to Coyle. Swings popped up in foul territory. And catcher Farmer makes that play for 1 out. Kennedy Webking steps in now, sophomore. She laces one into center field for a nice single as the Warriors get the ball in quickly. Daniela Diaz, sophomore, is the next batter. Pitch looked good, but called a ball. Must have been just a little high. Webking steps off. First base looks like she's going to steal, but she holds, and that pitch was in there for a strike. There she goes. Calls time, and she's in safe. So much better throw down there. But Webking is underneath it. The pitch was a ball, so 2-1 now. The count, 1 out here in the top of the first. And that's going to hit the batter. She kind of stuck her leg out there to make sure it made contact.
Now batting number 19,
Araceli Garza now, the junior, steps in. Watches the first pitch come in low for a ball. The runners hold. She attempts a bunt, which dies foul right there at the plate. So that will even the count 1-1. The runners will return to their bases. So that hit was right to the shortstop, which makes she made a great catch there for the second out. Had a chance there to double up the runners, but didn't attempt to throw, so the runners will be safe. And we'll go now the next batter as the runners do advance now on that drop strike. Jessica Del Rio, sophomore, steps in. Comes to the plate here for the Wildcats, and she turns to bunt. She's going to bunt that foul. And is now down 0-2. There's a delivery. It's going to come in low, but Farmer keeps the ball in front of her. 1-2 now. got her to swing. The ball's in the dirt, but thrown down easily to first base, and the Warriors are out of that first inning. So, 2 runs scored for Columbus. We will move to the bottom of the first. And in the meantime, we'll have a commercial here. Welcome back. Here's how the Wildcats will play it in the field tonight. Pitcher is Sanders. Behind the plate is Wepking. Herrera at first, Garza second, Coyle short, Diaz third, Del Rio in left, Garza center, and Clark in right field. Again, a little bit of a change also to the batting order. It was a little bit of a change in the field tonight, but now to the batting order as well. For the Warriors, Madison Miller will step in to lead off. There's a look at how the Warriors are going to line up. She swings at that pitch, fouls it away. Count 1-1. Sanders with the pitch, just inside. She's trying to find that inside part of the plate. So the catcher went over to switch gloves. And that pitch comes in high. 3-1 now. Good hitters count for Miller. Sanders delivers outside, and the first batter is going to reach base. So that brings Carly Lunsford, freshman center fielder, to the plate. Pitch comes inside for a ball. So a really good half inning for the Warriors there defensively as Lunsford swings and misses. The catcher throws down to try to catch Miller too far off the base, but she gets back in time. Catcher is aggressively looking down each time the pitch comes in, so the Warriors on the bases are going to have to be aware of that. Right down the middle, and Carly Lunsford swings just a little late on that. 2-2 the count. Carly, freshman center fielder, usually leads off the game. I believe this is the only time she's batted in this slot. She fouls that one back to stay alive. So again, that first inning for the Warriors in the field, Graber was able to pitch strikes. They made good plays there in the field to end that inning. As an off-speed pitch comes in, she just lost a little bit of control on that, and count goes full from Sanders to Lunsford. Here's the payoff. That's going to be low. So first two Warriors reach on walks. And that's going to bring Natalie Wagler to the plate, freshman shortstop. There have not been too many times we've had two Warriors on base at once here in this season. So we see what we can do, especially here with no outs, as Natalie sees that first pitch, and she hits it hard, but foul down the left field line. She was way out in front of that pitch. One and one now as that ball faded to the outside. Sanders looks in and delivers. Batter thought it was inside. Umpire says no, that is a strike. 1-2 now. She pops that one up out of play right on top of us. And that's a hard hit. Thankfully, we have a roof over our heads. And a swing and a miss for the first out of the Warriors, and the first strikeout for pitcher Sanders as Wagler goes down swinging. The lone senior for the Warriors now steps in, Rhiannon Horn. See if she can do some damage with two runners on here and just one out. And swing and a miss as the ball is dropped. Oh, and Madison was trying to run. Madison Miller there on second. As she headed back to the base and didn't realize the ball had been overthrown down to third. As it is, one strike to Horn. There she laces that one down the left field line. That's going to score at least one run as Miller comes in to score. And she tells Lunsford also to come in and score. She's going to have to get down, and she does. And that's safe, and the Warriors have tied this ball game, folks. So that is a double down the left field line for senior Rhiannon Horn, 2 RBIs. And the Warriors have tied the ball game at 2 with just one out and another runner scoring position. Sophomore Lizzie Giro playing first base comes to the plate. Nice pitch there from Sanders. Just caught the outside corner of the plate. Now inside, swing and a miss. The ball gets away from the catcher. But Horn holds there on second. Oh and 2. Tries an off-speed offering there, but just hasn't found quite the strike zone on that pitch yet tonight. 1 and 2 now the count. Low, just low. That looked pretty good coming in. Giro survives, and the count is even at 2. Swings out to right field. That's going to bounce, and that's going to spin out of play into foul territory. Runner comes in, and a triple standing up for Lizzie Giro. And the Warriors, folks, lead this game 3-2. By far the best full inning that we've seen out of this young team so far.
Now batting number 14, Drew Graber.
This is good to see. Getting good at bats. They're seeing good pitches and swinging, making contact, putting the ball into play, and forcing the defense to make a play here. Drew Graber, pitcher, steps in, swing and a miss. And that one's bounced in. 2-1 now the count. See if Drew can get herself a hit here in the season. She has struggled so far from the plate, as most of them have. She's got some real power if she can connect on a pitch. Just has been underneath a lot of them as they've come in, as we've faced a lot of good pitching so far this season. 3-1, and she called that a strike. So, full count. Now to Graber. Sanders delivers and finds that exact same spot just on the outside corner for a nice strikeout. 2 outs now. That runner's still down there on third, and Maddie Farmer at the plate. With a swing and a miss. She kind of stepped back as she swung, which took her bat out of the strike zone. She needs to stay in there as Sanders is trying for that outside corner. But now she comes back inside, and the pitch is fouled back off of the catcher's helmet. So Sanders now quickly 0-2 with 2 outs. The Warriors leading 3-2, and a runner on third. That's Giro. Had the triple to score the go-ahead run. That's swing and a miss. And a foul ball. Apologies on that. I didn't hear the contact. So she stays alive. Pops that up into foul territory as the third baseman runs into the base runner there. And the coach is calling for interference on that. Coach comes out and then goes back. As the base ump is explaining to the Columbus players why that was not called interference. I don't know why, but Maddie is now down on first. Yeah, okay. Maddie was still up to bat. That was a foul ball. Some reason she was down at first base. Not sure if she was told or just a little bit of confusion there on that. Pops that up just behind, and it's missed. So that's going to score another run. That ball fell just in front of the second base there, as both shortstop and second baseman were running towards each other. Just went over the shortstop's outstretched glove. 4-2 now, Warriors lead. So Alyssa Graber now steps in as Maddie Farmer steals second base quickly on that first pitch. Get an update on the count here. I believe it's 2 balls and 0 strikes. Yep. 3-0 now. Sanders had a couple nice batters there in a row, getting Graber to strike out, Drew Graber to strike out, and then was up 0-2 on Farmer, but lost control a little bit there as Farmer got the hit on that error, or reached base on that error, and that's 4 straight. That's 4 straight balls. So the Warriors pay a little more attention here, standing in the batter's box. One ran down when it wasn't a fair ball, and then the next one stood there when she should have been down on first, but that's all right. This is one of those innings where everything's going right here for the Warriors on the offensive side. And folks, again, we're just seeing a lot of first-time things for these Warriors. We have now batted through the entire order, as this is the number 9 hitter, May Lichty, freshman second baseman, and she will step in here in this first inning. There's the delivery and an out. Nice throw down by the catcher as the pitch was swung on and missed. The catcher made a nice throw down there to get Graber on the base path. So we will move to the top of the second, but the Warriors score 4 there in the first to match and lead the Wildcats. And we're back here as the Warriors take the field for the second inning. First inning started off a little bit rough, walked a couple batters, had them steal all the way around to home. We were a little bit out of it there in the field to start that inning and let some runners get by that maybe we shouldn't have. But they recovered, made some nice plays in the field, and held Columbus to just those 2 runs. So they will come to the plate now, looking to tie this game back up. And the first batter is Sydney Clark, the 8th grade right fielder, as that pitch comes in high from Graber. So the Wildcats are coming off a close loss to the 15th ranked Central Lee team. Talking with a parent before the game from Columbus, they were leading that game until late, let that one get away. They played a couple bigger schools, Cardinal and Keokuk, before that, and lost those. So they've come in on a 3-game losing streak here. Their last win coming against Pekin back on the 14th, 9-2. Graber gets a swing there on that inside pitch, as now the count is even, 2-2. That pitch bounces in low, full count now. And going to be high for the first walk of this inning. First batter reaches on a walk. So immediately Columbus brings the tying run to the plate, as their number 9 hitter, Iris Garza, steps in. She's playing second base tonight. The freshman will bat right-handed, and Graber delivers just high. Ball 1. Garza turns on that pitch and fouls it way out of play. down the left as the wind is really whipping up here. The dust flies. I think some of the batters, especially if you're standing there on the batting right-handed, some of that dust blows right into your face. Here's the pitch, high, 2-1 now the count. Popped up and drops in front of the catcher and the pitcher there right between them. But they recover, throw the runner out on first base. Clark advances down to second. And they'll be back to the top of their order with one out. And Sanders steps in to the left side. Thought about squaring up to a bunt, but the ball was high. And she'll now have a 1-0 count to reset here. There she lays down a nice bunt. And that's going to be safe. It's a nice rotation there by the Warriors defensively, but a speedy runner is Sanders, and she beat that out. So now runners at first and third, one out. Elizabeth Herrera steps in to the right-hand side here. Again, like most teams, all the Columbus players wear the armbands with different calls on them. And the catcher throws out into the outfield, trying to pick off a runner. Probably should have just let go. So that error will score a run. 3-4 now, and a runner at third. That ball is softly hit off the bat and fouled back. 1-1 is the count. Foul ball as the ball went off the bat and onto her leg and into fair territory. So everybody will reset and a strike will be added. Two and two the count. And that's going to find the gap there between short and second. And that will score the tying run. She's held to a single. So an RBI there for Herrera. Coyle is back in on the left side. The throw is down and in time, but she slid under it head first. It's a nice throw from the catcher. Nice play from the shortstop. But Herrera with a smart move, expecting the feet first slide. She slid in under it. Coach Wade has a short conversation there with the base umpire and heads back to the dugout. So we have a 1-0 strike count as that one's in the dirt. Down to third, she tries to steal again and she's gonna make it. So she's daring us to throw it. And so far the daring has worked. She sits down at third base now. 2-0 the count. That one comes in inside and low, so 3-0. Here, Coyle is going to be very choosy on the pitch that she sees. Right down the middle. She did not have the green light, apparently. Wanted to make sure Graber could throw a strike, and she does. So 3-1. 3-1 now the count. She'll be swinging on this pitch for sure. If it's in there and it's not, outside to the left-handed Coyle, and she runs down. Where's she going? The batter's going to come home on that. So again, we're just getting fooled there on the base paths. Again, a more experienced team here that we're playing. And the way that play worked, the runner Coyle faked like she was going to go to second, which prompted a throw down from our pitcher. And that's all the runner on third needed there. And she headed home, and they are back in front. Columbus is 5-4. Still one out. That one's hit out of play down the right field line for strike one. Wepking now is the batter. See how aggressive Coyle is on the base paths as she takes a big lead off and holds. One and one as that ball gets away from the pitcher, and she's going to run all the way. She gave our shortstop a shove. But now they're saying interference from the shortstop. She had a pretty wide run there on that, and I guess that's legal. She can run wide and give a forearm to our player, and she's safe on third. And we'll come in to score now. So things have fallen apart a little bit here for us defensively, as a lot of balls getting by the catcher there, and we're just not doing a good job of throwing, as Columbus is again being very aggressive and daring us to throw. Get an update here on the count as I've fallen behind a little bit.
What's the count? Full.
2-2. Nope, full count. I thought she held up twos on both sides, but that was full. And the runner is now down at first. Still one out.
Now batting number 12,
Daniela Diaz, the batter for Columbus here. Pitch comes in high, and catcher Farmer's up quickly. Again, that's the way that Columbus has really scored all their runs, is just on the base paths. Being very aggressive in their stealing. And we unfortunately have given them a lot of those with some throwing errors. We had an interference on a runner that we did throw out. And a few of the pitches just getting away from our freshman pitcher here, Drew Graber. One out, 3-1 the count. That pitch looked good left to right, but came in just a bit high.
batting number 19, Varsity, Garza.
And now 2 on for Garza as she looks at strike one. And again, playing games on the base paths. messing with the focus here of the pitcher and catcher, which is what that's designed to do. Low. One and one. The catcher or the umpire takes some time to brush off the plate. Just inside, but swung on and fouled. So she's ahead of the batter now, 1-2. If we can get out of this inning here. As the umpire stands and walks off. Not sure what that was about. Can't hear everything with the headset on here. As again, Wepking takes a big lead, this time off a second base. But Farmer caught that cleanly and was up and ready to throw. 2-2 the count. And a catch on that foul, that weakly hit foul pop fly there. Just to the right of Farmer. Reaches out the glove, makes the catch. 2 outs now, 2 on. 6-4 Columbus leads. Del Rio the batter. Wepking with a huge lead, almost halfway down there. But again, they feel like they can get away with that. So far, we have not proven to be able to throw them out. As Del Rio has a 2-0 count. And the umpire steps out again. And now she's back. And the pitch in the dirt. Scooped up nicely by Farmer. 3-0 the count. Holds the runners. Don't know if the wind noise is coming through on the live stream, but again, it's been breezy all day, but it seems to have picked up a few mile an hour here during this game. And she's going to call that a strike on the outside corner. As Del Rio thought she had a free pass down to first base. She will step in here, and that's going to be another one right down the middle. So full count. Swing and a foul ball. Hit hard down the left field line. Hard grounder there to the shortstop. Catches a bounce right up into the face area. Not sure if it quite caught her there or not, but the umpire and third baseman check on her. She says she's okay. So now the bases are loaded.
Now batting number 8, Sydney Clark.
The 8th grader Clark, the batter. And she watches strike 1. So now Wepking is down on third base. We'll see how aggressive she is on her leadoff now that she's just a few feet closer. But she's going to get a free pass home as that pitch hits Clark. 7-4 now the score.
Now batting number 4, Iris Garza.
Iris Garza steps in. The freshman second baseman. Her second at bat. She hits a pop fly. Oh. We had 2 players over there. Shortstop Natalie Wegler gets hit again by the ball. She's had a rough inning here, or a rough last couple batters. So both third baseman Horn and shortstop Wagler both ran over there. Not sure if one called off the other, but neither one could quite get it, as that ball is fielded and thrown to first, and that will end the inning. So we will go to the bottom of the second inning here, as Columbus storms back to now have a 3-run lead. And we'll go to commercial.
What if the answer to powering a purer world, our world, was shining down on us this whole time? All we have to do is unleash its infinite power. Our goal here at Epo Energy is to unleash the infinite power of the sun. At Epo Energy, we make solar energy the better solution. Epo Energy, unleash the power.
Thank you to EPO Energy and all of our great sponsors for supporting the Warrior Cast. Their donations and commercials and things, they go, all the money that's paid for that. Those sponsorships go to help pay fees for live streaming, pay for equipment, and all the things that go along with bringing you these games. If you're interested in being a sponsor of the Warrior Cast, you can contact Michelle Wade or Kaylin Duvall at Waco Schools, and they can get you set up, give you the details on the different sponsorship levels, get set up to make a commercial for you if that's what you want. So now we are back to action, and May Lichty steps back in. She was the batter to end the inning because we got thrown out in the base paths for the third out as she looks at ball 1. So that one misses high and outside. And low. 3-0 now. Right down the middle. She pops that up. It's going to fall in for a hit. So nice job there. Even on a 3-0 count, she saw a pitch that she liked. And a soft pop fly, I guess you'd call that. Right over top of second base.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 8, Madison Miller.
Waco plays their defense about the same position, but that really makes it hard to cover anything up the middle of second base. Both the second baseman and shortstop have to run a long way if it's something that the pitcher can't get to. And the Warriors are back to the top of the order as Madison Miller watches a strike come in right down the middle. That's a good-looking pitch, one that you probably need to swing on. And fouls that back and is down 0-2 now. See if coaches Wade and Toll decide to challenge the Columbus catcher like they did to us in that last half of the inning. Maybe with a lead off, and she goes. And that's going to be an out. So the throw looked like it was going to be high, but shortstop Coyle made a nice play And as she caught the ball, brought her glove down, and Lichty ran right into it for the out. So now no one on the bases. And a 1-2 count to Miller. Now 2-2 as that pitch is outside. So I don't know if on a play like that, a head first slide might get you in underneath that tag. Soft grounder to short. Coyle fumbles it, but recovers and throws her out. Interference now called on the first baseman as she was covering the orange part of the plate. And Miller will be safe at first, even with the nice play there from Coyle to first base. So now both teams being called for interference leads to safe base runners for both teams. And Lunsford steps in. 1 down, 1 on.
Now batting number 2, Carly Lunsford.
The kind of kid Miller is, she apologized for running into the first baseman. But it was really the first baseman's fault. You have to give the runner a chance there to run through the base. 1-1 as that one's fouled out of play. Two and one. Three and one on that low pitch. She chops at that. And Coyle makes a nice play there. Fields the ball, runs over to second. And does get Miller out. She tried for the double play, but Lunsford far too fast down the line to get two. So 2 outs. Lunsford on first. And Wagler up to bat.
Now batting number 5, Natalie Wagler.
As she swings at that pitch, it was trailing just to the inside of the part of the plate there, in on her hands. Gets just a piece of that one. 0-2. 2 outs. Sanders has pitched a pretty good inning this go round here in the second. As that one off speed again, has not worked for her yet this ball game, as it trailed outside and did not entice a swing from Wagler. Sanders has got some good help from her catcher there, throwing out our runner, trying to steal, as Wagler pops that one back and out of play over the press box. When she has gotten contact this inning, has been weak hits. 2 of them are right to the shortstop, Coyle. As Wepking didn't like the way that ball looked, so she exchanges it with the umpire. Sanders sets, delivers the 1-2. Wagler turns on that nicely, but far out of play. Over the Warrior dugout. And that's going to be a base hit. It's going to drop right in front of the center fielder as Lunsford pauses on second. And now, as she got hit with that throw right on the bicep, as they come to check on her. So Wagler with a nice hard hit out into right center. With this nice single, she will advance to second on that throw. And Carly safe into third on the throw. So now we have runners on second, third. here with Horn at the plate. So Horn and Giro had RBIs their last times up. And there's 2 here for Horn.
Now batting number 13, Rhiannon Horn.
And she can get the Warriors right back in this game with a base hit. That one was trailing to the outside, but the umpire says that caught part of the plate for strike 1. Horn starts with her left foot a little bit to the back, brings it in, swings it out of play. 0-2 the count. That pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the second. And gets her to swing on that outside pitch, but the pitch gets away. One run is going to score, and Horn makes it down to first, and now the throw is over the first baseman's head. 2 runs will score, and Horn is in safe at second. So she did strike out. The ball was in the dirt on an off-speed pitch. She got her to swing at that. But she finds herself on second base, and on that throwing error, 2 runs come in to score. So, just like the Warriors wanted there, got both runners in scoring position across the plate. Maybe not how they drew it up. But we'll reset now. 2 outs. Runner on second. Lizzie Giro up. She stepped and thought about it. But that is ball 1. So Sanders has some nice motion on her pitch there that starts inside across the plate and then trails to the outside. Has gotten a few of us to swing. 2-0 now.
Now batting number 20, Lizzie Giro.
Inside 3-0. So Giro will be watching for something right down the middle here. Something to drive right on into the left center. Instead, it's a weak ground ball there down the left field or the third baseline. 3-1 now. Low for ball 4.
Now batting number 14, Drew Graber.
2 on, 2 out. Drew Graber, the batter. Pitch comes inside. As they throw down to check Horn at second base, but she's back safe. That one gets away from Sanders, and the runners will advance. Second, third now. Now, just like Horn had earlier in the inning, Drew Graber has 2 set up for her in scoring position. 3-0, the count. Let's see if she can get a pitch to hit here and drive. Again, the way the outfield is playing, the biggest gap is in left center. Fouls it off the back fence there. Otherwise known as the backstop. Sanders looks, delivers the 3-1, and that's low. Bases loaded.
Now batting number 9,
Catcher Maddie Farmer had some of her catching gear on since it was 2 outs, so she quickly gets that gear off. As now the Columbus catcher runs over to grab a drink as it is hot, and especially inside that gear. Sanders gets a pep talk from Coyle there at short. Web King is back. Knocks some dirt off of her glove. Kneels down. And here's the pitch to Farmer. Strike one. Fouls that back into the backstop. Six to 7. The Warriors have had 2 across so far in this second inning. The bases are loaded. And she hits that. It's going to drop. Foul. Foul ball down the first base line. That would have dropped right over the first baseman and in front of the left fielder or right fielder, but as it is, it's an 0-2 count. Let's see what Sanders comes with here to try to get out of this inning. Ball hit to the third baseman. Over to first. Oh, they're going to call it safe because her foot came off the bag. And a run's going to score. So it was a nice play by the third baseman. She charged that. It was a weak ground ball right to her. She charged that, came up throwing. The first baseman just had to stretch just a little bit, and as she did, her foot came up. And that's right at the moment that Farmer hit the bag with her foot. Everybody's safe. And we have a tie ball game. Alyssa Graber now the batter. One and one. Columbus is experiencing what the Warriors have, a lot of innings as Graber swings and misses. Where just too many errors in the defense, allowing runs to score. And then you combine that with some walks, and that's how you give up a lot of runs in an inning. So if you've watched Warrior softball at all this year, you know this is by far the best we've played offensively, as that's going to strike out and end the inning. But we tie it up, the Warriors do, with 7 runs. Third inning coming up next after this. Back to action here in Wayland. As the Warriors so far playing their best game by far of the year. Best offensive performance. That is not in question, as they have plated 7 runs. Thanks in part to a few errors by Columbus, but they've still hit the ball pretty well. Now we look to stop Columbus here for a half inning. As that first pitch comes in as a ball, the Wildcats are back to the top of their order again. The third go around as Sanders, who's done a decent job pitching tonight, just been a little bit unlucky again with the defense behind her. But the Warriors are also a better team, I think, than the one that they would have faced a few weeks ago in the Warriors' second game of the year. As that one's right down the middle for a strike. I was behind by a ball there, so that will be a walk. It's a hard way to lead off an inning as a defense. Warriors try to throw down there and catch Sanders stealing. Not in time, and she's in there safe. As Drew is behind 2 balls to no strikes here on Herrera. The umpire circles around the batter to wipe off the plate again. Again, it's windy. And that area around the batter's box gets a lot of foot traffic. It's pretty powdery, especially this time of year. Three and 0. Sanders stands on second as that ball's going to come in inside. Farmer making sure that Sanders didn't try to steal on a walk. Again, aggressive base running. You look for moments when the defense isn't paying attention, when they let their guard down, sometimes on a walk or a play like that. And you can maybe get an extra base here or there. So Farmer did a good job of making sure that didn't happen. But there, happened again to the Warriors as a delayed steal, and she's in there safe. So runners at second and third now. And Drew struggled to find the strike zone so far here this inning, as that one's over the head of the batter. And 3-0 here on another, on Coyle. So fairly rare to have 2 left-handed hitters there in the first 3 batters, as Columbus does. And Coyle gets a free pass down to first base. So right away, Columbus comes back, bases loaded. Wepking the sophomore catcher looks to get a hit, get some of her runners home. Pitcher Graber needs to get something there in the strike zone. Get back in a rhythm. That one just slipped out of her hand and bounced in. 2-0 the count. That one's right down the middle. It's popped up and caught by the catcher. A nice run there by Maddie Farmer to get the out. That's big. Bases loaded, nobody out to get a pop fly in foul territory. Daniela Diaz, sophomore. Man, that pitch looked good down the middle. Must have been just a bit high. Bases loaded, tie ball game. And now low. 2-0. Right in there for a strike. 2-1. Just low, and that's going to bounce away. And I thought Sanders was coming on that for sure, as fast as she is, but she holds. Count is 3-1. Coach talking to her a little bit there. That's high, and that'll score a run, so she gets to come home at a slower pace than a steal would have been. So Columbus grabs the lead right back. 8-7. Araceli Garza. Now the batter. Junior center fielder. Two and 0. And we overthrow third, but good play there by the left fielder, Alyssa Graber. Still just one out for the Warriors. Base is still loaded. Quick throw down to check the runner there on third, but she gets back in time. Three and 0, and she gets a strike on the inside. Another pitch right down the middle, 3-2. They throw back, it's going to get away. Again, backed up quickly, and the runner was down on the ground, having slid back in, so she was not in a position to try to take home. Inside, and that's going to walk home another run. Nine to 7. Coach Toll is going to come out and talk to Graber. Catcher Farmer runs over to get a drink, get her helmet off for a little bit. The batter will be Del Rio. She's batting in the 7th spot, left field. So Columbus will have Louisa Muscatine, who was undefeated in the North Division. They'll have them at home on Thursday night and then travel to Wapello Friday for their next 2 games. The Warriors play at Winfield on Thursday, and then home against Hillcrest. We will have that game for you live here on the Warrior Cast. That will be Friday night. That will be a doubleheader, so to speak, as the junior high will play at home also that night. Normally they play opposite places, but with Hillcrest, the way it works out, they will play together. Again, throw down to third. And again, it gets away. But again, the runners are diving back, and they don't have a chance really to get up. As that one's hit up and again, just off the backstop as Farmer was ready to catch that. As it is, it's going to be an 0-2 count. Still one out. Still bases loaded. Columbus has scored twice here to retake the lead 9-7. She reaches for that pitch. It was just a bit outside. Fouls it off down the first base line to stay alive. A little bit of an off-speed pitch. Just misses. 1-2 now. From Graber into Del Rio. Nice pitch again by Graber. That one's fouled off, out of play again down the first base line. G-Row hustles over and dances her way back to her spot. Hard hit, gets by third baseman, gets by shortstop. 1 run will score, but the ball quickly in as the coach holds the runner there at third. So base is still loaded. 1 run in, 10-7 now. And the batter will be Sydney Clark.
Now batting number 8, Sydney Clark.
That ball is high. Again, the Warriors trying to catch whatever Wildcat's standing on third, trying to catch them, being a little bit lazy getting back to the base. So far, we haven't caught a runner. That pitch is in the dirt. 3-0 the count. Oh, that's 4. Thought so. The runner didn't move. And so catcher Farmer fired it down there to third. But as it is, everybody gets a free pass to the next base. And Columbus has scored now 4 runs this inning. The Warriors just can't get out of this inning, as they've had 1 out here for a while. And the base has been loaded for a number of batters. One 1-0 to Garza. She ducks under that for 2-0.
Now batting number 4, Iris Garza.
Warriors need to be a little bit more careful with their throws. Again, these careless throws with all the runners on base, you're going to give up runs that way. So far it hasn't, as that pitch gets away, but the runner holds as the ball bounces back quickly towards home plate. Graber again here struggling to find those pitches in the zone, or at least a pitch that will entice a swing. The 3-0 is in there for a strike. 3-1 now to Garza. Pops up. Should be a play for the pitcher there, and it bounces off her glove. Infield fly. So the runner is out, or the batter, I'm sorry, is out. There we go. So 2 outs now. The umpire was on top of that. So they have batted around this inning as Sanders comes back. She started the inning with a walk and stole herself around to third and then walked home. She's back up. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. And a swing and a miss. It's a nice looking pitch from Graber there.
Now batting number 1, Ellie Sanders.
Just high, throws back down. Again, these balls are getting away, but so far, Columbus has not been willing to try to run home on those. Someone's out of the dugout, so she calls time. Pitch just misses. 3-1 now. That one is fouled away. And out of play down the third base side. So the count's full here to Sanders. Graber will look to get out of the inning here with a good pitch. Columbus is trying to add to their lead. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be high, and that's going to be another run scored. 12-7 now. So the runs this inning, I believe, have scored almost exclusively on walks. I know 4 out of the 5 have.
Now batting number 15, Lisbeth Herrera.
Lisbeth Herrera. 2 balls, no strikes. As she lifted her hand to call time, she was off the bag and tagged, but she gets time call. And is safe. And that one's fouled back into the screen, into the fence. 2-1. Again, a throwing error from the catcher. But Columbus either not willing to run or didn't quite see that. That would have been another run scored had they seen it. In the dirt, 3-1.
Now batting number 16, Lily Coyle.
Now that's the 14th run as that batter was hit. So 14-7.
Now batting number 18, Kennedy Rutking.
It's been a struggle for the Warriors so far to put together multiple innings in a row of good ball. And they certainly had here in the first 2 innings with a tie ball game, 7-7. Things have kind of fallen apart here, mostly as we've struggled to throw strikes here in this inning. And Columbus has gained the lead back and then some, and now lead by 7. That one slips out of the hand of Graber. Again, a hot night. And with most of our games only going 3 innings, pitchers haven't thrown a lot of innings so far, as she rears back and throws that one right down the middle. Didn't have the count reset there for you. Sorry about that. 2-1. Still 2 outs. That gets away, and a run will score on the pass ball. 15-7. 3-1 to the batter. Batter is Webking. Again, this is the second time through the order this inning for the Wildcats, as they've seen a lot of pitches. And she will be now there on first base. Daniela Diaz is now the batter. The Warriors continue to throw down there and try to catch that runner at third. No luck yet. Fouled back and out of play. 2-1. See if we can string together a couple of strikes here and get out of this inning. The Warriors infielders need to be alert, as they haven't seen many balls in play, but one could come down here at any time towards them. That pitch comes in low, 3-1. Our shortstop, Wagler, is playing extra close to third, in my opinion, but partially because we keep throwing down to third. She plays back up on that. So another one will come in, 16 now to 7. That pitch is inside. Araceli Garza, the junior right-handed batter. She looks at a 2-2 count and now full. Nice pitch. It's going to drop in for a hit and gets by. Quickly in, but 1, 2 runs will score. 3 runs will score. As the runner is standing up there at second base. So the ball just got by our right fielder there, Miller. That'll be another error. It's fine, she let it drop in front, but let it get by and didn't get it in time, and 3 runs scored there. As that one, it's a foul tip on that. So the Warriors, having started this inning tied, after having played some of their best innings so far in this season, find themselves now down that magic 12 runs again. But we still have a chance to bat in the bottom half of this inning. Swing and a miss. Del Rio is the batter for Columbus. 2 strikes. Swing, and that's going to be chopped foul. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. Bottom of the third coming up.
Forum Plumbing and Heating are your local experts, and we're more than just plumbers. As a family-owned and established business, we know what it means to give good service. Our plumbers are highly skilled and ready to tackle anything you need. We've been serving communities around Iowa for 5 years now, and there's no sign of us slowing down. We love what we do, and we're happy to help. Give us a call at 319-591-1551.
Welcome back here to Wayland Dick Wagner Field, the home of the Warrior softball team. If you've been following the first two innings, you saw some really good softball being played on both sides. As far as the Warriors, I'm saying defensively and offensively. As they went into this third inning, tied 7-7. Unfortunately, things pretty much fell apart in that inning. A lot of it had to do with not being able to throw strikes. Most of those runs were walked in. There was a hit or two in there, and then some errors by our fielders. And the Warriors now find themselves down 12 runs. Columbus also will change pitchers, and they'll bring in their strikeout leader, Kennedy Wepking. She was the catcher. Now she's on the mound. Second baseman Iris Garza moves to catcher. And pitcher Ellie Sanders moves out to second. So they just did a little swap there. As May Lichty steps in as the batter here in the bottom of this third inning. And the delivery right down the middle for a strike. Sanders pitched really good against us the first game. She struggled a little more here today, but this is a definite step up in speed and location so far from Wepking, as Lichty is down 0-2. Wepking has pitched 74 in 2/3 innings, so she's been their main pitcher so far in this season. And she delivers. Tried the off-speed pitch, which Lichty makes contact. But a soft chopper there. Wepking moved to her right and threw out Lichty there at first. So one out. Top of the order, Miller gets a weak foul there. Just catches a little bit of that pitch. Oh, and 2, as Wepking is really firing those in there. Again, girls have to adjust to that, but there's a significant uptick in speed here between those two pitchers, as Wepking is really firing those in. That one gets away, though. High and outside. 1-2 to Miller. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Warriors are down to their final out here again. The 12-run rule in effect. So if you're down 12 runs in the third or fourth inning, at the end of the inning, then the game is over. So the Warriors will need to score some here to avoid that. And the first batter here that needs to get on base is Lunsford. I say first batter because there's already 2 outs. So bottom of the third, 2 outs. Score is 19-7. Again, just to catch you up, 12 runs were scored by Columbus there in the bottom of this inning as Lunsford fouls the second pitch away and is down 0-2, down to our last strike here are the Warriors. See if Wepking goes to an off-speed pitch again. You come in and you throw some really fast pitches to pitchers or to some batters who hasn't seen that yet, and then you get them with an off-speed pitch. Here it comes. Not off-speed. A little bit of rise to it. And Lunsford fouls that away to stay alive 0-2. That was the off-speed pitch. Lunsford was able to lay off. It came in low. 1-2 the count. Inside 2-2 now. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That will be your final here tonight. So again, just a little bit of recap. The Warriors played really good there in that first and second inning. The most runs and hits by far that they've scored in a game this year. It looked like for a little bit it was going to go beyond that 3 innings. But things kind of fell apart there for the Warriors, as has happened in a lot of games so far this year. And unfortunately, they gave up a bunch there in that third inning, 12 to be exact, which is just the number that Columbus needed. Then Columbus switched pitchers, brought in their ace, so to speak. The one Wepking there with the most strikeouts for this Columbus team. And she sets down our 9-1 and 2 hitters in order to end this game. So the Warriors still looking for that first win. Columbus will improve to 5-17 and 4-7 overall in the conference. The Warriors look to rebound here. They have a couple more chances for wins this week. Thursday night they will be at Winfield. We will not have that one for you on the Warrior Cast, but Friday we will be live here again from Wayland. That will be a game against Hillcrest. So, final 19-7. Again, saw some improvements, saw some good things, but just couldn't quite get over that hump, over that one bad inning. And they'll look to improve over the next few games. Again, I'm Luke Lichty. Thank you for joining us. I saw at least a few of you there watching live earlier on. So thanks so much to our sponsors again, and we will see you next time.